Hello and welcome to another edition of Into the Wilderness. We're here on a beautiful autumn day. We've got the sunset in the background. We're at Carmen's on the patio, and we're going to talk some hockey. Joined by Ryan Peltoma, and we've got we're going to have a coach coming along. We've also got Yanis Yaks and Malo Bill that'll be joining us on the show here today. First of all, we're going to recap what's been going on with the team over the what has been the first 2 weeks of the regular season. It was a couple weeks ago that the team opened up the season with 2 games against the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, a big event where they unveiled the championship banner for the Robertson Cup, and also a banner for the Midwest Division Playoff Championship as well. But that was about the highlight of the entire weekend. The team on the ice did not fare too well. The Ice Dogs were able to come away with a sweep of that series, 6-2 and 5-1. Followed that up with the NAHL Showcase, which just wrapped up over the past weekend, and the Wilderness coming away with 2 wins to open up that series against Odessa and Amarillo, followed by a 3-2 loss to the Lone Star Brahmas, and then an overtime defeat against the Aberdeen Wings. Got some things to some news that came out just this week. Chase Monroe, congratulations to him. The Wilderness goaltender was named the Midwest Division Star of the Week for his performance during the NAHL Showcase. Ryan Bloom was named second star. What was it? Or honorable mention for that, for his performance as well. Also, there was some big news that came out just yesterday as the NHL Central Scouting Service released its early preseason report, preliminary report of players to watch for the 2016 draft, and on that list was Brian Hurley of the Minnesota Wilderness. So big news for Brian.
Yeah, it was really good to see Brian on there. He's a young kid, a high school kid for us, and we have a lot of upside with him, and we're really happy to have him. And unfortunately, he got hurt in that Fairbanks series on Saturday night and hasn't played since. Not sure, exactly when he's going to be back. We're hoping this weekend, but obviously we want to rush him back. And he's a good player for us. So.
Sure. Yeah, he's performed well. He's an Ohio State recruit. Also, the team has made a couple of transactions. Austin Redders has been sent to the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton team, and the team has just picked up a new defenseman from Topeka, Jack Kelly.
Yeah. Austin is one of those situations. We thought very highly of Austin, and obviously I had some conversations with him, and he's a great kid. And just with our back end, especially on that left side, we were kind of jammed up there. And for him, if he would have stayed with us, he would have been kind of in and out of the lineup type deal. And with him going out there, he's gonna get a lot more ice time and be a part of the team on a nightly basis. And for him as his hockey career, I think it was a really good move for him. And we wish Austin the best. And I know he'll do well and have a really good year with Wilkes-Barre out there. And then there's a Jack Kelly.
Right.
He just came in. I think today was his first practice, so I haven't really got a chance to talk with him. Or I watched him a little bit today in practice. I was at the rink for a little bit, and I don't know too much about him, but
sure.
We're happy to have him, and coaches expect good things out of him. And I think time will tell. We'll see where he fits in and everything. So
he's got a great hockey name. I know if this was out east, that's legendary status. Jack Kelly with what he did at Boston University. So our trivia question for this show. First of all, we want to congratulate the winner of our last trivia question. The answer to that was Corpus Christi as the team that the Wilderness faced in the first 2 showcases that they performed in. But for this trivia question, since the Wilderness joined the NAHL, what goaltender has the team record for most regular season wins?
That's a tough one.
And you can go ahead and send that along through our Facebook page at Minnesota Wilderness NAHL, or through Twitter, through the Twitter handle at MN Wilderness.
It's been a lot of good goalies in the short time we've been a team. That'll be a tough question.
Definitely. All right, we will take a break and we'll come back with we'll have one of our coaches. And we're back in Into the Wilderness, joined by the head coach, Corey Millen. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right. Well, 2 weeks into the season, what's your thoughts on your team?
Well, it's been an interesting 2 weeks. I mean, 6 games, we packed in a lot in those 2 weeks. I think there's been some good moments. We've had some challenging moments. I think everybody's learning each other. A lot of new parts. So it's getting to know each other. So hopefully we could just continue to take some steps forward.
Sure. You seem to improve quite a bit during the showcase. At what point did you see the best of your team, do you think?
Well, it's an interesting question. I think that, I thought the way we responded at getting down 3-0 after Lone Star. Lone Star is a solid team, kind of an older team that plays really kind of mid-season hockey. They chip, they play smart, they get pucks deep. They don't really give up a lot. And, we go down 3-0 there, and that can go either way at that point, with a new team. But I thought we responded well, and I thought actually the second 2 periods we really took it to them, and probably a game, looking back on it, we should have won maybe.
Yeah.
So I like that. I thought we responded well there. And Aberdeen's kind of a weird team. They pack it in. They try to just not give up much, and so they're not an easy team to play against. We out double them up on shots, and we only gave up 14. You end up losing a game. So there's just we're learning about ourselves here right now. So
Sure.
I thought there was some good spots, and there was some not so good spots.
So you played a few seconds of 3-on-3 overtime. You saw a game that went the full 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime. I don't know how much of that Lone Star Fairbanks game that you saw, but I mean, thoughts on that so far?
It's interesting, and it's going to be one of those deals. It's a crapshoot. It's one of those things where we probably work on a little bit. You should, because there's points that are really going to change hands on. If you can get good at it, it's important. Just kind of like shootouts, but it's going to be back and forth. And unfortunately, we made one mistake, and they took advantage of it, and they scored.
Yeah. So. I understand that you've got, this is the deadline for making your big decisions, and I see that you've made some in the process there. Kobe Bender listed as an affiliate player. How does that affect things for you then?
Well, we did that. We did that a while back, and it gets us. He can do 6 games, and he's accomplished those 6 games. So now we got to make a decision where we put him on our active roster or not. And so we're just trying to be creative about keeping some guys and making some good, tough decisions. And there are a couple players that we've got to kind of look at and kind of to figure out where they're going to be, how they're going to be, where we think they're going to end up being. So there's some things that just probably aren't as transparent as we need to be, but it's the way we're gonna try to be creative.
Sure. We have Malo and Yanis on this show here, international players. Do you see yourself with only 2 on the roster? Are there going to be more that you may be adding on here?
We'll see. I mean, we thought Nicholas Ledemaki was going to be back, so we thought we had our 3 guys, and then we were going to kind of see what our needs were and going to go from there. But Nicholas, right week before camp starts out, he goes to Sioux City, and he ends up in Chicago in the USHL. So put us in a little bit of a tough spot regarding that. We look at the Europeans or our imports to be impact guys, and if they're going to be impact guys, we'll certainly look. But if we can't find them, we'll just go forward with what we have.
So Kenai River and Austin over the next couple weeks here. So 2 teams. Kenai is going to be desperate for a win this weekend, and Austin, of course, is a traditionally good program. So
yeah,
tough competition.
I mean, Kenai always plays well against us, and they're going to be jazzed to go. We know that they're desperate for points, and we should be. We're below 500, and so we're coming home. So we really should be chomping at the bit to play well.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us here.
All right, appreciate it.
Coach Corey Millen. We'll be back with more in a moment. We're back on Into the Wilderness. We're joined by Wilderness defenseman Yanis Jaks. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You are from Riga, Latvia?
Yes,
correct?
I'm from Riga, Latvia.
And,
it's in Europe.
Right in the one of the Baltic states, right?
Yeah, it's one of the 3 Baltic states. There's Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia.
Okay. And so you grew up in Riga. That's the capital.
Yeah, it's the capital of Latvia. I grew up there. I was living in Iecava. It's a city 40 minutes from Riga, and I was growing up there, like 12 years,
Okay.
and then I moved to Riga because my school was pretty bad and all this stuff was bad. My hockey team was in Riga, so every day just driving forth and back 40 minutes, it was pretty tough for my mom and dad. So I moved to Riga when I was 12 or 13. So I've been studying in Riga, and it was a lot easier.
Yeah. So how has what the transition been since you've moved over here?
It's pretty good. Like at the beginning, it was pretty bad because I was in Fargo,
Okay.
and for tryouts they told me like they want me to play in their team and everything is good. But when I came back after the summer, they're like, I don't know, something happened, and they told me like we'll trade you. So I went to the down to Texas.
You were in Hidalgo, right? When with the Rio Grande Valley.
Rio Grande Valley, yeah. It was actually a nice place, but it was pretty bad coach, and I didn't like it, and so they traded me here, and it's been really good.
Yeah. I guess climate-wise, is it comparable to what what it is back home?
Yeah, it's actually the same.
Yeah. Excellent. So that you've got that, I guess, that you're used to then, more or less.
Yeah. I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah. A little chilly out here tonight, but
Yeah, but it's okay.
works out okay. So you just got done 4 games in 4 days. How was that for a grind for you?
It was pretty tough. For games in 4 days, it's not that easy. And I was playing a lot, and there was like scouts and everything, and you just think about it, and it's pretty tough for your mind, pretty tough to play. And I think we did pretty good job in those games. We like our all our tactics aren't that good for now. Like they're good tactics, but the young guys don't understand them, so it's pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting better, and I think we'll be good for this weekend.
Still working on that chemistry. It seems like.
Yeah.
Overall, summertime. How did that go?
It was
transition.
it was really good. I got to see my family. I was spending a lot of time with my family, and I was working out a lot this summer, and it went by so fast. Like all the last season, it was really long. So probably that's why we had only 3 months back home. I'm guessing that's why it went by so fast.
Did you get a chance, at least, was there a way, to talk about what you guys accomplished this past season? Were you able to actually talk about that to a lot of people over there? I imagine it's not like it would be if you were to win a championship there.
Yeah, like a lot of people knew that I won it, but yeah, I was talking. My friends were like watching the games and stuff, but there's like a lot of people they don't know where to look the games and all this stuff. So yeah, there was a lot of people who knew about that I won, but not everyone.
Sure. So you go through that experience, I guess, of everything that you accomplished last season. What do you think is the biggest thing that you've learned from playing in the NAHL?
Probably how to win, because it was big deal of our game, because all the guys were working hard, and it's one of the things I've learned, because I've never won in my life something like something this big. So it was one of the things I learned, how to win, like how does it feels and how it is to win a championship, and it's really nice.
So you are one of the going to be one of the main guys that going to be looked to this season for leadership. What are your expectations that you have for this season?
I think my expectations is that we'll be a pretty good team this year, maybe like really good team, and maybe we can go after Robertson Cup again. I'm guessing we will go.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to make a prediction here, that would be awesome. If you want to just,
I'm good.
No? Okay. Okay. That's fine. One other thing, I guess, did you catch during the summer? I understand that one of the things that you like to indulge in is daytime dramas and that kind of thing. were you able to catch up on those when you were back home?
No,
Not at all?
no.
Okay. So those rumors are false then? So I can
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Forget about that. All right. I'll have to talk to whoever told me about that. All right. No problem. Anything that you want to say to your friends and family back home that may be tuning into this?
Jā, mamma, tēti, brāli, māsas, es mīlu jūs un skons pēc jums un uz drīz tikšanos. That's all.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us, Janis.
Thanks a lot.
And we're back on Into the Wilderness. We're joined by Mal O'Veal.
Yes,
Thanks
that's
for
right.
joining us.
Thank you.
Now, Mal, I guess I first wanted to ask you, there was an incident in the game against Lone Star where you were on the ice for a goal, but weren't really able to help out too much. You were kind of laying on the ice there. What was going on with that in that situation? If you can explain that.
I don't remember.
There was the goal. There was the goal that Wilderness scored where the net was knocked loose.
Oh yeah, and I
Lone
was on
Star.
the ice.
Yeah.
Well, I got a puck right in the knee.
Okay.
And my shin pad was not in position, so it hit right on my bone. So I was kind of screaming a little bit, and next thing I knew is the puck was in the net. So that was pretty fun.
Sure.
And worth the pain, I guess.
The whole situation kind of reminded me of what you see in professional wrestling, where there's all these things that go on, there's all these distractions to kind of, divert the attention away from the referees or whoever, or the opponent and all that stuff, and then because you had the net come loose, and it came off its mooring at the same time, just before the goal was scored and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well, thank God it was just a bad bruise, but. When it hit right on the bone,
right.
When it happened, it kind of hurt, but it was fine after that.
You're okay. I noticed you were back out there. It wasn't. It was only like a couple of shifts later, I think.
Yeah,
I don't think you even missed a shift, did
the
you?
trainer gave me a little bit of ice and a few painkillers, and I went back in there.
You were right back out
a couple
there.
of shifts later. Yeah.
We were glad to see you back out there. So you're back in the NAHL. You did spend a season a couple years ago with Corpus Christi.
Right. That's right.
And then went back to Finland to play.
Yeah.
So I guess, what was that experience in Corpus Christi like?
It was nice. It was a great experience. Get to know a little bit like the North American hockey and get closer to college hockey as well. So it was a great experience. I learned a lot on and off the ice, so it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
One guy on that team actually is from this area, Wes Michaud.
That's right. Yeah, he was on my line. We were line mates
Okay.
the whole year, pretty much. So.
Okay, terrific. So kind of a small world. You actually
It
play
is.
with him, and then you end up playing in his hometown.
Yeah, hockey world is a small world.
It is. It is. Do you keep in touch with him at all?
Yeah, I've talked to him I would say before the summer,
Okay.
just because he's going to Colorado
Sure.
College, so just wanted to congratulate him and wish him good luck for the next step of his life.
Yeah, excellent. So, what was it that convinced you to go back to Finland for that one season?
It was a great opportunity for me to play for Jokerit Helsinki, which is a great organization in Europe. So I was given a great chance to play there, and at the same time, I knew I was probably going to come back here at some point, but it was a great opportunity that I had to take.
Sure. I do hear a lot about Jokerit, and so something that helped you grow as a hockey player?
Yeah, definitely. It was, they treated us really well there, and we had a pretty good season with great players and great hockey. So I really enjoyed playing hockey there, and it was nice. Yeah.
So your hometown is Chamonix.
That's right.
Chamonix, France.
Yeah.
And tell us about that. Growing up there, very a mountainous community, I understand.
Yeah, that's right in the Alps. I can pretty much open my door and see the Mont Blanc right in front of me. So
Okay.
it's like the highest mountain in Europe.
Okay.
So it's a small town, about 10,000 people living all year long, but we get about 100,000 tourists
Okay.
the whole year.
Resort community, more or less. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's great. It's a pretty big hockey community as well. Like if you look at it, what's a hockey community in France? So it's people are pretty much they are into hockey there. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I got into it too. I mean, my dad played hockey for a long time, and it was just a natural way for me to play hockey there. And obviously, I was doing a lot of sports at the same time: hockey, ski,
Sure.
obviously ski, downhill skiing, and all these winter sports. But then I ended up going
Right.
on hockey.
Take the hockey route. Huh? So you do.
Taking it,
So
yeah.
you have done a lot of skiing in your life then.
Yeah, when I was younger, especially, and then hockey kind of took over and had long seasons with a lot of games. And then I left to Finland when I was pretty young too. I was 13 at the time, so I was not living at home anymore. So I was not able to ski there because Finland is just totally flat. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So you've had experience playing in France, Finland. So you had a long time being away from home, pretty much. You're
Yeah.
used to this.
Yeah, I left. I left home 8 years ago, pretty
Okay.
much. So.
Okay. Living in with different families, more or less, and
When I
the
was
game
in
more.
Finland, I mostly stayed with one.
okay.
I had one on the first year, and the parents got divorced, so I ended up going to another billet family there, and I stayed with them for about 6 years.
Okay.
And I actually went back living with them when I came back there after a year in the United States.
So most of your hockey influences would be Finnish more than it would be French.
Not really. I played about 10 years in France, and I played about 6 years
Okay.
in Finland.
Okay. So is there a different style as far as what you see in Finland than what France teaches as far as its hockey players?
Style was not really, but it's more about like the opportunity give you to make it to the next level. Obviously, there are more. It's a hockey country, so kids grow up dreaming about playing in the NHL. So it's a better environment to get better, obviously,
Sure.
and it's pretty much a place where it's a lot like Minnesota, actually, like big hockey community, and obviously hockey rinks just popping out all over during winter. So,
Right.
so it was a great opportunity.
So Finnish, French, and English. What is your preferred language?
Obviously French.
It is French?
Yeah, I
Okay.
speak a little German too, but
Okay.
I kind of. I mean, I learned it at school for 7 years, but
Yeah.
it's a little harder for me to use it.
Well, I was looking at the map when I saw Chamonix. You've got Italy's not too far away either. So
Yeah,
I mean, so
it's
you've got to be
it's
somewhat
actually,
familiar
yeah,
with all kinds of languages, don't you?
It's 20 minutes away, but well, Italian is. I'm able to like pick some words in an Italian conversation, but and I would pretty much learn it as pretty quickly, I guess. But I've never really learned it, so
Okay.
I'm not really familiar with it. But it's right by my hometown.
So you're back in the NAHL for this season. How do things look here for you? I mean, what was it that convinced you to come back and want to play here?
Well, first of all, the success that the team has had here, and I mean, as a team during the season, and the success the team has had moving players to the next level. So that was a big thing for me. Coaching staff also. I came here. Was it in last April? So I got to practice with the team a little
Okay.
bit, and it was a great experience just to meet with the team and the coaching staff. And I felt pretty confident about what the organization could bring me as a hockey player,
Okay.
and also obviously as a person. So I just thought it was a good opportunity and the right decision.
Sure. So you weren't surprised when they took you first as their first pick in the draft?
Well, obviously I was a little not surprised, but I was excited. I was not expecting. I didn't want to, tell myself first, second, third round, whatever.
Right.
I didn't. I was just excited to know if they were gonna pick me, because there was other teams that contacted me also. So I was just kind of waiting, and obviously Minnesota Wilderness was the team I was feeling the most comfortable with. So I was really crossing my fingers for them to pick me up. So
Awesome.
it was quick, and I was kind of happy.
Right. Awesome. Well, terrific. What kind of goals do you have this season then?
Well, win hockey games, score goals, and have fun and enjoy my last year of junior before hopefully moving to the next level and play Division One hockey. Yeah.
You're looking at the college route.
Yeah. That's my biggest goal right now for this year.
Sure.
As far as winning and having team success, I also want to make it to the next level. I want to play hockey for a long time still. So that's.
Well, we're glad to have you as part of your hockey, this chapter of your hockey history here. So, anything that you want to say to your family in your native tongue,
In my native tongue,
or whatever language that you want
I don't know.
to send that along.
Probably just merci, which means thank you, just because my family's got my back all the time and they're always with me, even if they're not with me, So they just help me out, and obviously other people too. My billet family back in Finland has always been pretty close to me too, and close friends as well. So just wanted to say thank you.
All right. Merci beaucoup for joining us here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Back on Into the Wilderness, wrapping up this episode, and first of all, with promotions and community events, what's going on with that?
Yeah, we got a couple things coming up this month. We got a really busy month with games. I think we only have 2 road games this month. So we have our breast cancer awareness, where the community sponsored a weekend with us, and we're going to raffle off those pink jerseys. I believe it's October 23rd and 24th is the weekend. So we'll have special pink jerseys and socks that weekend, so it'll be kind of cool for the guys. And then we'll have an auction. Obviously I wasn't here last year, so I'm not exactly sure how the auction works, but
Right.
I think on Saturday night we'll.
Usually it's between periods and at the end of the game.
Okay,
right? Yeah.
okay. So that'll be kind of a cool thing. And then guys just started reading in the schools last week, I believe. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every week it's a different group of guys are going to some of the surrounding schools and reading with the kids for half hour, 45 minutes, couple times a week. We have another school event on a Sunday for I believe it's kids up to age 8. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a 2-hour deal at the Cloquet Community Center, where the guys are going to go help out with some of the stuff. They have bouncy houses and just a bunch of. It's kind of like a carnival, I think, and the guys are going to go and help out and be a part of that. So that's in a couple weeks here. So that's basically kind of the month of October, at least.
Right.
We're in the preliminary works of starting to maybe do a couple things for that Halloween weekend. We have games the 30th and 31st. So we're in the preliminary works of possibly doing a pumpkin carving contest on social media.
Okay.
In the winter, gets a couple tickets or something along the lines,
Oh,
or some
okay.
merchandise or something. So look out for our some of that stuff on our social media. It'll be coming out soon.
You're setting the standard for that, right? You are the
I know.
pumpkin carving
I
champion
know. I'm
there.
pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So
All right. Well, looking forward to this
I've
then.
been known to be a pretty good pumpkin carver. So yeah, and then I think we're gonna have a costume contest on the 31st. Is that
Okay.
Saturday? So we got a couple of things coming up for that Halloween weekend. So keep an eye out for that. Should be coming out on social media. Like I said, next week or 2.
We can bring that up again in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
because we'll have the show
But
then,
next
so
next time we do a show, we'll know for sure our
know
plans.
more about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Excellent. This weekend is October 2nd and 3rd. Kenai River's in town, and you mentioned, previous show we talked about there's going to be a new scoreboard coming in. So,
it's supposed to be in. It was supposed to go up when we were at the showcase, but there was some with shipping and stuff got
sure.
screwed up. So it should be here. I don't think this weekend, but by next weekend, hopefully, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think next weekend we have a Thursday home, Saturday away.
I think it's Friday,
Saturday?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
Austin. So the first
Okay.
road trip to another team's rink is where we were last.
I know when we were gone at the showcase, they took the old one down and put up some of the braces and stuff for the new one. So when they get it here, it'll be a pretty simple put it together, throw it up, hook it up type deal.
Okay.
So-
So is there not going to be a scoreboard up this weekend then? Or?
No, there'll be a
Okay.
scoreboard up this week, and the scoreboard's still up there.
Okay.
They brought it down and put the braces up, and then
okay.
put it back up.
Good to know. Just making
Wow,
sure.
that scoreboard's pretty bad. So
Yeah, it's got some
it
issues.
might be better without a scoreboard.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to the new one then. That's
Yeah.
October 9th in Austin, and back here at home on October 10th, hosting Austin. All games on fasthockey.com. Home games we'll get tape delayed on here on Cat 7. Once again, our trivia question is: since the Wilderness joined the NAHL, what goaltender has the team record for most wins in a season? Minnesota Wilderness NAHL is the Facebook page, Twitter handle @MNWilderness. That'll take care of this episode of Into the Wilderness. Thanks to all for joining us, and we'll be back next time.